Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them!
What we do here is go back.
You know, it's teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, peeps. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 195. We're live, peeps. Manners and respect for all the people who are still on the 9 to 5. It's probably later than that, I know still. You understand? For all the people who are on their way home, I hope you get home safely. But for the people that are at home ready for us to teach about some things we have to jam down, jam rock, Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Cartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, and some more people. Naranda and them people there. Peeps, big up on yourself. We're there. Manners and respect. Good night, yeah, sir.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them. You know, it's teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel, YouTube channel. Hey, yo, like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here, Warlord representing.
So peeps, just know that I said the stream health good. Now that I said the stream health not so hot. Hope it behave itself. You understand? Because a night I come and we need to talk about some things. You know, we would have streamed Wednesday night call-in stream. So for the people that want to know so the call-in stream up and running, we don't need to set on an alarm. You understand? Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. You know what I mean? So peeps, you know so it's supposed to start 7:30, but work off me away. I'm tired most of the time, and more time I have some additional stuff to deal with rework because of additional responsibilities and things. But you know what I think go. So we're not to waste my time tonight. We are get in it. Big up to the people that want to watch over on Facebook. Big up to the people them on YouTube. Big up to the people them on Twitter. You know what I think go. We big up some people look more, but everybody in the building, big up on yourself, you know. Check in. You understand what I say? And them something there. You see? So hopefully some comments start come through and thing because I look like all of something there freeze up across so. You see? Yeah man, peeps. I could get something up and running now. And would have been speaking about the indiscipline that is currently plaguing us as a people, as a nation, as a country. You understand? The lack of respect, the disregard for law and order, and simple courtesy and love for our brothers and sisters. I saw a situation where I came across an article with the headline. I'm going to lead with this. It is just another piece of that very sad puzzle that is being put together by persons who don't want this country to really and truly be the country that it's supposed to be. To be the place of choice, to live, raise your family, do business, and the rest of them Vision 2030 good things. You understand what I say? Popular DJ arrested for spitting in female face at toll booth. So a man, a Jamaican brother, Zane, would have seen it fit for whatever reason to spit in a female's face during an altercation. First thing, real man not spit for a woman. You understand? The woman not hit you, then your life not at stake, then what happen? Like, even if a man life is at stake, I don't know if a man not spit for a woman. And this is the law that we have hit at in this country. This is the law that us as men in this country are stooping to. You understand me as a peeps? And at the end of the day, boy, I don't know. Listen to this. A popular disc jockey was arrested and charged for assault after he reportedly spat in the face of a female toll collector at the Portmore Toll Plaza in St. Catherine. You feel what me I say? And that's the thing there in a family. You know what I mean? I suppose all have a one picture of that place there. So you know what I think. Add some context to it. See? So the disc jock has been identified as Sadiki Kemar Powell, a 35-year-old resident of Bridgeport in St. Catherine. A dog at that age is now popping, as my friend Keita Scott loves to say. The man is a big man, 35-year-old. Reports are that 3 weeks ago, Powell drove up to the toll booth and an argument subsequently developed between him and a female toll collector. I do not know what was the genesis of the argument, however. You understand what I say? Reports are that Powell spat in the face of the woman and sped off. The matter was reported to the police and an investigation was launched. Powell was later apprehended and charged for a common assault. He appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, September 20 and was fined $5,000 with an alternative of 10 days in prison and was ordered to make an open apology to the victim in court. You got the toll booth. You know, just pay your toll and move on, family. You understand me? I said, then I see why we need to reach a spitting fight. You understand? And then him good as Steve brush him teeth in the morning. There's, boy, I tell you, spit in a woman face. Then, yo, yeah, no star. Things set away. You understand? Oh, please, before I go in at the next topic, I want to make a public declaration. Zane, it is amazing when the videos are shared by viewers and subscribers and well-wishers and whosoever share the videos then. It is wonderful. Because the more the videos are shared, the more organic views the channel get. You understand? The more subscribers the channel get, the more money the channel make. You understand what I say? However, I want to declare this publicly. And I have said many a times that one, I don't have any political affiliation to no one. I am not associated with any political institution or entity. Zane, me not no political alignment. No. Me go want if a man come across a video, Zane, who is part of a political establishment, before you share my video, you gotta reach out to me. I also have to go remove that video there. It was brought to my attention earlier this evening where one of my videos in the Cockpit Country entitled The Truth About Naranda was shared by an organization that calls themselves the Orange Army. And based on my understanding, the Orange Army is aligned to the People's National Party. I have no issue with them sharing the video. What I have an issue with is the title of the video. See, you know what I'm saying? I can find because somebody screenshot it. Because I never did even see it myself. As somebody said, they come give me. I need to clear up this from early because I don't want nobody feel like say, yo, you know what thing go? Boom soon. See, it says, so the Orange Army, PNP, what is? Some PNP army business. Me if you can't figure out what them are trying to say, yes. So me figure it out one of them next time. So the title of the video say, yo, the truth about Naranda and the government. Me not have no issue with that. Video courtesy of Teach Them. Part 1 of 2. But I appreciate the last statement there. When it has say courtesy of teach them, it has suggest say is me give them the video or me give them the go ahead to post that video. Nothing of the sort. The video was posted on Twitter. So I don't have nobody a share. I don't have no issue with nobody a share my video them, you know. But when I go share the video, I want to make it look like say there's an affiliation or alignment or association with this man or any political organization. I go want to know if it desist. Cease and desist. Else I have to go remove some of them video there. When my work is being shared for the value and the facts therein, I don't have no issue with that. But the moment a political entity or a politically affiliated entity I go take up one of my video and post it aiming to get any political mileage, then I go draw my line. Because I don't do my things. So you see me look like a camera. See? So that one here, as me say, I don't have no issue with the videos being shared. But when you go say video courtesy of teach them, I don't appreciate that something there. Because I don't give no political organization no video or the rights to post any video. If I'm gonna share my video, man, share my video. Not tell nobody send a video courtesy. If you're posting a video on Facebook, because you know some Facebook people post a video them on Facebook and because them don't want to look no way, them say go check out the YouTube channel. Then you understand what I say? So be careful. You understand? So Orange Army, if you're posting the video for sure the injustice that is being meted out or the potential injustice that will be meted out to the residents of the Cockpit Country should mining take place, then fine. But when it go have a political undertone to it, then me not involved in that family. You understand what I say? And it no matter which party, whether them green, blue, yellow or pink. You feel me? So don't no video courtesy I teach them because teach them never give you no rights to post that video there. You saw the video and for whatever reason you decided you want to share the video, you do that. But not make it look like say me give you no authority or no permission for do that. So no courtesy and no teach them. You understand? If you want to say the video was created by teach them from YouTube, fine. But no courtesy nothing. The courtesy is something there. Because I'm not no courtesy to no politician guy or no political party. You feel me? I say, yeah man. So I get that out of the way from early before me forget. And as a matter of fact, I go comment on the post myself, but I don't get round to it because I did come in and run go in the kitchen go do some little thing and you know what I mean? You know what I think? Yes, I'm moving on, you know. So I don't get that in on the head. You understand? Speaking about politicians, Jamaican businessman and PNP activist Alston Stewart offered bail in Trinidad and Tobago. Hold on there. So this is the gentleman in question. Businessman, PNP activist. You understand? Alston Stewart offered bail in Trinidad and Tobago. If you're offered bail, it means that you were arrested, don't you? Zane, wonder what this businessman and known PNP activist would have been arrested for in Trinidad. Alright, make we talk about it, you know. Law enforcement sources in Trinidad say well-known Jamaican businessman and PNP activist Zane Alston Stewart was today offered bail in the Twin Island Republic. Stewart, a former chairman of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, was taken into custody last night when at least 2 bullets in a magazine were allegedly found in his luggage by immigration officials in Trinidad. It is understood that Mr. Stewart was en route to Guyana via Trinidad when the incident reportedly happened. When the ammunition was reportedly found, Stewart was taken into custody and held overnight at the Piarco police station holding area. He went to court in Trinidad this afternoon, today Friday. A magistrate was not present, but Stewart was reportedly offered bail by a justice of the peace. He is to return to court next month. So when the incident occurred, the businessman reportedly sought the help of the Jamaica High Commission in Trinidad and Tobago. Efforts to contact a lawyer in Trinidad was reportedly assigned to who was reportedly assigned to Mr. Stewart was unsuccessful. But it is understood that the businessman and political activist is contending that the ammunition which was legally obtained in Jamaica was left in his luggage by error. Immigration officials in Jamaica reportedly did not detect the ammunition. I'm going to read about the last couple of lines here. I wish phone keep on a vibrate. The phone on the on. Hold on the peeps. I don't know. Is that phone on? No? I don't know. Alright. It is understood that the businessman and the political activist is contending that the ammunition was legally obtained in Jamaica and that it was left in his luggage by error. How do you leave a magazine with live rounds by error in a suitcase? I don't know still. Immigration officials in Jamaica reportedly did not detect the ammunition. But Alston Stewart is well known in the business community in Jamaica and is a principal of KLAS FM 89. Over the years, he has also played a key role in organizing several election campaigns for the People's National Party. He is also a member of several influential state boards in Jamaica. Meanwhile, he would have spoken to Nationwide News FM, where he confirmed his arrest. And he also said that he was in discussion with the Jamaica's High Commissioner to Trinidad and Tobago. During the short audio clip, he said that, because I listened to it, he said that he was not in a position to answer any questions or to speak more on the issue at that point in time. You understand? But he was not in custody, and him admits that the 2 rounds were found along with the magazine. But how come now? So you see the question is, so I could talk about this a little, just a little bit. You understand? How is it possible, you see, for Mr. Stewart to have left the island with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition, whether knowing or unknowingly, and it was not detected by customs officials in Jamaica? Then you have to ask question, you know. You cannot ask question. You feel what I say? Zane, how did it? Why did it take officials in Trinidad to detect? Why was our officials here unable to detect it? You understand? Just a few questions from Adi the DJ. Questions. Kingston met no AK. Questions. How comes come in a JA? Who run the airport, the docks and the bay? But I just ask them questions. Some question other one upon out still. You understand what I say? Because I promise you, say, if I was a licensed firearm holder and I was leaving this country and a magazine with 2 rounds of ammunition was in my luggage, whether I put it in there, I know say in the year and there, them would find it. I just think so. You understand? But probably I just my luck. You know, they say bad luck was on over. Me probably bad luck it. You understand? As some man have all the luck as one songwriter did say. You see? We just have what chances still, because Jamaica terrated. You understand? So make we see, and you know, make we move on. So this story, I have not even gotten around to cover this story. Like peeps, when me tell us a work of me and we, I tell us a work of me and we. You understand what I say? It's in a serious type of way. Because right now, it thing rough. More time, last time I not even upload, I come in and do some schoolwork. You understand? And thing. But we give thanks to me because we have a job, though. Enough people now have that. Peyton Place, big up yourself and a brother. You know, I appreciate that something in a family. You feel me? Zane and thing. So this story involves a situation where a little boy was washed away and a massive search has been ongoing in an attempt, sad to say, to recover his body. I suppose the family is still harboring thoughts that they may be able to find him alive. But you know it, Ingo. Zane? No, ready or no? No luck so far in massive search for a boy washed away by flood waters. So a thick cloud of gloom hung over sections of August town in St. Andrew on Thursday, which was the second day of searching for a 9-year-old boy who was reportedly washed away by floodwaters in the community on Wednesday. The police reported that the child was making his way from school during heavy rains when tragedy struck. Reports are that a relative of the child was making her way along a dirt road with a group of children when heavy floodwaters swept the area. Wow. Ice God 876, based on info, it was found this evening on the bridge. I wonder if I have a view bridge. I'm not sure. Well, thanks for the info, Ice God. I don't know yet still. So, I have no reason for doubt the info still. You understand? But we'll see how it go. Zane, but soon after the child could not be found, the development triggered a massive search as heartbroken relatives were joined by neighbors, fire brigade personnel, and members from several arms of the constabulary, including the Marine Division, in the race against time to locate the youngster. So tears of desperation and cries of anguish swept through the community as residents conducted their search, not just in Augustown, but also neighboring communities as far away as Harborview. But their tireless efforts were in vain, and the authorities were forced for a second day to call off the search because of poor visibility. That would have been on Thursday. You understand what I'm saying? So, if Ice God info is correct, then the youngster's body would have been found this evening. So if there's more information on that, I'll definitely share that with you when I stream on Sunday evening. Sad situation. It has been raining cats and dogs for the past couple of days. You understand? I have never seen lightning like this that I've seen in the past few days since I have been born. You understand? The lightning strikes have been absolutely raw and really and truly terrifying. Many areas would have been struck with lightning. Yeah, transformers blowing up. You have place catching fire. It has been terrible. You understand? And a trough is continuing to influence the weather conditions across the island, so the rains may yet continue. You understand? The reality is that we need the rain because we have been experiencing prolonged drought, and the water catchment areas across the country would have been at very, very low levels. And the farmers need the water, but you know when them say when it rains it pours. Too much of one thing, too much of anything no good. You understand? Zane, so even though we needed the rain, it has been torrential in many instances, and because it has been falling for a couple of days now, Leron Wells said God is very upset with the country. I don't know about that, Selena, my brother, but I know that it has been raining for quite a few days. You understand? It's a lightning a result of climate change. Lightning has always existed, and lightning has always been a dangerous natural phenomenon. Lightning strikes in many places around the world have been devastating. I do not know that the type of lightning strikes that I would have been seeing in recent days is occurring or would have been occurring across Jamaica like that. But I do not know. Well, I cannot say that climate change is influencing the type of lightning that I have been seeing recently. But climate change, as far as I'm concerned, is a real thing. As somebody who teaches geography and is qualified to teach environmental science, climate change is not a matter of is it a real thing. It is something that is happening, And it's something that will continue to happen because of the things that we have been doing to the environment. Yeah? We are more concerned about living today versus what will our living conditions and situations be 100 and 200 years from now. A lot of the things that we are doing to the planet now, in some instances, are irreversible, and the implications will be dire in some cases. But I cannot speak to climate change really and truly be the cause are the causative factor behind these lightning strikes. As I said, lightning strikes have been around for time immemorial. Zine, for the person who said, you understand? For the person who said that I got upset with Jamaica, but can't speak to that either. You understand what I say? And thing, being somebody who is trained to teach geography, I do not align things that happen in nature with God. And that has nothing to do with my beliefs. Zine, it is just that I am able to explain certain occurrences because I was taught how to explain it. Not saying that it is gospel or saying it is right. I'm just saying, based on my training, I am able to explain what caused lightning, you understand, and why it happened and where it will happen and such. So, I don't know. You understand what I say? The God part of it sometimes we avoid it because then you open a can of worm where one discussion will go on forever. You understand? I just saw it thing go. See? But the climate change situation is a real thing. I cannot attribute the recent lightning strikes to that. It may well be a result of or influenced by, but I cannot definitively say, as I would have done no form of research or testing to verify those claims. You understand? But the possibility is always there. That is the long and short of the story. The reality is that the rain would have been falling for a few days consistently, torrentially in many instances, and as such, the ground has now become saturated. You know, saturation means a medium is unable to hold any more moisture. So infiltration is not possible anymore. So the water cannot enter the earth anymore. So it builds up. So the aspect of the water cycle that becomes most dominant now is surface runoff or overland flow. So because the soil can hold no more water, the water tends to accumulate and build up on the earth's surface, resulting in inundation. We call it flooding in many places. But we are going to move on, you know, because I know geo time right, you know. You understand what I say? We hope the dams get well needed. That is what I say, you know, Father Dave Cox. I say we need the water for so many different reasons, but then the water enough, brother. You understand what I say? Miss Gracie was a teacher's teacher. So watch out now, peace. We can move on, you know. So as I said, I will provide you with any update. I must apologize for not covering the story from its beginning, but the work is just rough these days. You understand? The time is just not there. See, so I could move on, you know. Recently we spoke about the situation where a couple of men, oh crap, don't do that. Where a couple of men decided to hold up a lottery outlet recently on Mullines Road and them things here. Yeah, Crocodile has always been in Portmore in a Dan Powell. You understand? Especially around by the Elsha side. That's not a new thing. But what is happening now is my theory is that because of the consistent rainfall, some of the areas where the crocodile, some of the natural habitats of the crocodile, those areas now are experiencing rise in water level. And sometimes these crocodiles are washed up on our roads and in our communities because of increased water levels. Yeah, but crocodiles in Portmore is nothing new. I mean, it has always been the case, especially around by the Elsha side of the thing. You understand? So I mean, they're here. I just really need to stay out of them way. You understand? But during times of heavy rainfall, you can appreciate that their habitat may also become flooded, and as such, they may be washed away in floodwaters and reach in places where them never normally venture. So we have to be careful as well. You understand? Yeah, man. 3 charged for Mullines Road hostage taking incident. So charges have been laid against 3 men who were arrested after police negotiators managed to successfully bring a peaceful end to a lengthy hostage situation at a business place on Mullines Road in St. Andrew. Blessings, Arnaldo Davy. You understand? At least 2 of the men were reportedly held up. At least 2 of the men who reportedly held up a business place on September the 9th and were in the process of robbing the staff and customers at gunpoint when police arrived on the scene. The robbers then barricaded themselves inside the building and held the customers and staff hostage for hours. Movie settings. The negotiations were eventually successful in securing the safe release of the hostages and the surrender of the 2 hoodlums after hours of communication with the suspects. A firearm was allegedly discovered during a search of the building after the surrender, which was the next day really. The men have since been charged with kidnapping, assault with intent to rob, illegal possession of a firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. The police have identified the accused men as 29-year-old Dwayne Wellington, a fabricator of Olympic Way. The man fabricator crime. You understand? 27-year-old Junior Brown, otherwise called Rumpel. Boy. Of Tamrin Avenue in St. Andrew, and 33-year-old Samian Forbes of Mullines Road in St. Andrew. Wellington and Brown reportedly surrendered on the scene of the crime, and Forbes was later arrested. It is somewhat unclear what role Forbes allegedly played in the crimes that were committed. The accused men are to appear in the gun court. Well, they would have appeared in the gun court today, September 27. Blessings, Miss Janice Webster. Really and truly appreciate the kind words. Think I'm seeing you here for the first time. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Big up to all the people who are here for the first time. The big man named Rumpel. Me no know who couldn't call me Rumpel and me answer to the name. Rumpel. Rumpel still skin. A man named Rumpel. Rumpy. Mas Rumpy. Rump. Yo, well, I don't know. Okay, move on then. You understand? So well done by the police. We hope that the investigation is airtight. The file that would have been submitted is airtight. And as such, when their time come to face the court system, a conviction can be had. Because we know sometimes police investigation is, well, I don't know. Well, I said, teach that name fit for prison. Rumpel. First, me I see live, always hear the voice and say, this man sound like a newsreader. Big up yourself. Rasman, the promotion, big up yourself. You know, some people say we not sound good when they read. I don't know, but you know you can't please everybody. You understand what I mean? So what I normally say is 125,000 people good with it. So me good with it. I mean, we try to improve. You understand? We try to work on our pronunciation and enunciations. You understand what I say? And diction. Make sure I call a word right, you know, because I know some people not easy, you know. You understand what I say? So, you know what thing go? Man, here, Rumpel. J, a.k.a. Walks. Blessings in the family. You know, I appreciate that something there. And J Walks, you know, me I pray the first time I see the one in the stream. For the first time I forward in. Big up yourself, you know. You understand? Big up to the person I just here look well. Rasman, the production. Big up yourself in the family. You know, we're not a news reader. We're just a simple local teacher. Try read local news. You know what thing go? See, ready or no, peeps? Sad story. Grandfather murdered. 8-year-old shot in the face. Bloody Wednesday night brings St. James murder count to 109. 2 men were shot dead and a child injured in separate incidents as gunmen went on a rampage in St. James on Wednesday night. Wednesday night when rain a fall, you know, when the man them supposed to in a them bed hug up them empress in a family. The man them a walk up and down and kill people, you know. Yo. Those killed have been identified as 54-year-old Bertland Bennett, unemployed, Zane, and 34-year-old Teron Kentish, a painter of Hendon in Norwood. Bennett's 80-year-old granddaughter, who was shot in her face, is now in hospital. Reports from the Anchovy police are that about 8:30 p.m. Bennett was at home with his common-law wife and 5 children. While standing in his yard, he saw 2 men armed with guns entering his yard and ran inside the house and locked the door. The gunmen reportedly kicked the door and opened fire on Bennett and the family, locked. As Bennett and the family looked on helplessly, the child, who was in an adjoining house with her mother, was struck in the face by a bullet. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, the injured child was rushed off to hospital where she was admitted. It was discovered that Bennett had received 12 gunshot wounds to the upper body. 12. Roughly 2 hours later, Kentish, who was visiting a woman at her home in the Mango Walk section of Montego Bay, was shot dead when 2 men armed with handguns barged into the house and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The woman ran from the house and managed to escape unhurt. Kentish was pronounced dead at hospital. And we know that St. James is one of the parishes on the Tri-State SOE in Western Jamaica. Sir Kentish went to look for a woman down a Mango Walk. I don't like to theorize or to assume, but it would then want to look like, say, visiting that female may have cost this man his life. Ah, boy. I sincerely hope that the little girl will survive her injuries. I hope that gunshot wound to her face is not of such where it will leave any major and massive scars. Zane. Ah, boy. Another innocent child. Another innocent child. Kingston woman busted for baby rental and begging scheme in St. Anne. 2 Kingston women who were charged with breaching the Child Care and Protection Act after they rented 2 small children. Peace, my eyes am really weak, like I really want to sleep. Zane, but I'm going to try to hold out for that stream. Zane, how do you rent a baby? How does that business get started? How is that business advertised? Who came up with this idea? When these babies are rented, what are they exposed and subject to? Are subjected to? Who rent these babies? What them rent the baby them for? How many babies are being rented in Jamaica? Me know man rent car. It's sad to say man rent gun because of the reality. Man rent house. Man rent sound. But me never hear babies for rent before. Yeah, Joel, it sound like human trafficking for real, but When you put it that spin upon it, that baby rental thing there, like it's a next level, that brother. Oh, and as I say, Miss Bernadette George here, thanks, Miss George, for the sterling work that you have been doing in trying to keep order in the class. Okay, you know when I say everything. One of the other moderators, Miss Winsome Hudson, she would have had a death in her family. Well, I think it was her best friend throughout the course of the week, so she might be away for a few days. So condolences to Miss Hudson and the family of her friend. And as I would have told you before, that my sister, Zane Keita Scott, would have lost her mommy recently. As a matter of fact, she's here with me now, out in our living room. You understand? Because, you know, she's having a rough time of it, so we just try to be supportive as best as we can on them something there. You see? And them thing. You understand? So, and for everybody else or anybody else who have a death in their family, you know, you can share it. You know, some people private, some people don't really want the whole family to know, but we're always here to offer a word of encouragement, and you know what I mean, and things. So condolences, and that G would have been ailing for some time. I have not heard from him in a few days. I will also reach out to him again tomorrow. He is very ill, gravely ill actually. You understand? But he has been fighting for a long time, and the fight continues. One of the realest person I have come across on the channel, a most intelligent and astute individual, a most respectful man. So I hope that his family continue to support him, and I hope he continues to win his fight against the illness that currently plagues him, I suppose. Yeah, so it's oh boy, rough. Yeah, so moving on now, peeps. I'm sorry for the breakdown of the transmission, you understand, but we have to take care of each other, don't. The woman, 34-year-old Shakarta White, her name is a problem for start. See? Unemployed at 4th Street, Kingston 12, and big woman, 41-year-old Laverne Thomas, also at 4th Street, have been charged with unlawful begging and cruelty to a child. You understand? Two of them come from 4th Street, so they might behave like 4th graders. You understand? Shakarta. The women were remanded in custody when they appeared in court on Tuesday. The Senton police reported that law enforcers saw the two women with two children, a 1-year-old girl and an 8-month-old baby boy, begging money from persons in St. Anne's Bay on Friday, September 20th. DS Electronics Unlimited say unlawful begging. The women were eventually arrested, and following a probe, it was discovered that the children were not related to the woman. Further investigation revealed that the women had allegedly rented the children from their biological mothers to help them beg on the streets. No, me have a question. How come on a 3 women me here say arrested? How come it's just Shakata and the big woman get arrested? How come the mother was not arrested? For renting a child for unlawful begging. You have to take bad things, make joking on this country more time. Because if you're not laughing at people, you're mad. You understand? Why has the mother not been charged? Charged. Yo. Oh boy. The mother rent out her youth them. So you know when them youth reach 12 and 13, what kind of rent out the mother will rent them out for do? Think about it. You understand? As a matter of fact, the mother should spend a longer time in prison than Shakata and the grandmother lady there. According to the police, the mothers of the children have been located, and served with summons to also appear in court on October the 3rd. Them not fi serve with no summons. Them fi lock them up. Because the two children are not of the same parents. You understand? So it's like a baby renting ring. A go on. The children are presently in the care of the state. A 4 women should be in prison. The 2 rentees and the 2 renters. Boy. No. Can you imagine if this was allowed to continue unnoticed by the security forces? And well done to the police officers who would have observed this practice and address the situation. Well done to the police officers. And Pearly Simpson said the woman trying to eat a meal. But go buy a bag juice and banana chips and sell him, Miss Simpson. We can't be prostituting our children. Seeing 1 year old and what else? Me need to remember the age them. What would these children be offered up to do when they reach 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? You understand? Teach, they could be fathers as well as mothers. But that doesn't excuse it, Miss Clark. That can't justify or begin to justify this type of situation, you know, Miss Clark. In all honesty, you know. You understand? Many mothers who are playing dual roles find a way to care for their children. You understand me, I say, Empress? So I understand the angle where you're reasoning for, but there's no justification, there's no rationalizing this type of behavior by women who are mothers. There are other ways, man. Prostitute yourself. You can't be renting out your children. You understand what I say? Anything can to them children they out on the road, you know. You feel me? So, yes, them probably are try to put bread on them table, but then you don't use the children them for that. It could be fathers renting. Okay. No, but okay, so that is what Miss Clark is saying. It could be the fathers. But based on the information thus far in relation to this incident, 2 mothers would have been found in breach of the Child Care and Protection Act. So yes, fathers could be involved as well. But for this particular story, then no father not involved in it. You understand? So if that come round, then we beat the fathers them too. But right now, them Empress there, like, boy, I don't know still. You see? And I know the first something like this happening, but I normally like bigger children. Teens. So I have seen stories before where women would have said them I go take care of people pitney and take them in and have them a take in, man. If you understand what I say. You understand? So we need, boy, I mean I know. So peeps, on Wednesday night, we would have spoken at length about the very sad, the very grave developments surrounding the fatal altercation between a JUTC bus driver, Zane, and a Duhaney Park taxi operator on Monday, and what followed, where the JUTC drivers would have pulled their services in fear for their lives as threats were being made on social media that anybody who is aligned to the JUTC may be targeted in reprisal for the death of the taxi driver. Many persons would have called in on, as a matter of fact, I would have missed some 551 calls on Wednesday night from persons who were trying to get through, and countless messages. I not even look through the messages them yet. I just turn off the phone when I done because I just couldn't deal with it. I did later. After 11 I done stream. Many persons would have shared their views on the situation. I would have shared my views as well and my opinion seen on the situation. And whichever angle you look upon it from, it is absolutely sad. Sad that one man would have lost his life, and based on allegations, another man may have lost his life in relation or reprisal to the first loss of life. Millions of dollars would have been lost from the economy on that day as well. So that is also important. And in my humble opinion, the state was attacked because JUTC is a state entity and such. Zane? This now is a timeline because I have not discussed it in extra class. I would have spoken about it in roll call. Two different entities, innit? Timeline of deadly dispute which crippled the corporate area transportation network. So the public transportation sector was crippled on Tuesday as a deadly dispute between a taxi driver. See? So this gentleman here is the taxi driver in question. And a Jamaica Urban Transit Company employee allegedly led to a reprisal killing and threatened to escalate into further bloodshed. In fear of being harmed, JUTC drivers withdrew their services, severely impacting public transportation across the Kingston metropolitan region, which includes wide sections of St. Catherine. The problem seemingly started with the stabbing death of a taxi driver on Washington Boulevard in St. Andrew on Monday night, allegedly by a JUTC driver. In what is believed to have been an act of reprisal, gunmen later shot and killed a JUTC employee near Emancipation Park in St. Andrew. This is the JUTC employee that was shot and killed. His name is Michael Donaldson. So this now is a timeline of the developments. How can I speak on this? Well, go on, bro. I hope everything good in there. I appreciate that contributions up there. Big up yourself. Watch me now, peeps. On Monday, about 6:45 p.m., the stabbing death of taxi driver Keno Britton, aka Keno or Bubinile, allegedly by a JUTC driver on Washington Boulevard. That is where the whole thing started. Miss Ingrid Tater, Yo, you just mash up a thing in the night, yeah. Keep up the good work, Teach. Thank you so much, Miss Tater. And thank you so much for your continued support, first and foremost, and your financial contribution. Yeah? Blessings. After that now, there was a shooting death of the JUTC driver in New Kingston hours later in what is believed, is alleged to be a reprisal killing. On Tuesday at 7 a.m., there was a withdrawal of service by the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, bus crews after the developments, especially the latter incident, especially after the latter incident of the killing of the employee of JUTC became known to them. So thousands of commuters were left stranded, and the JCF had to assist with commuting students to school. And I would have said on Wednesday night, well done to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. They get a bad rap many a times. Zane, they are not always appreciated by us as citizens in this country. We make their jobs harder than it needs to be in many instances. Zane, we know that some of them not really and truly fit in the force. But well done to the police officers. Zane, well done to the police officers who would have been quick and decisive in seeing a need where students were left stranded because of the strike from the JUTC and other transport operators to step in and transport the students to school. I saw persons criticizing the JCF. I saw persons posting some demeaning and condescending comments in relation to the police officers. I saw persons lauding the effort and persons even going as far as to suggest that this should become a permanent thing. I do not know how practical that is, knowing how many children are on our roads and how many students have to be transported to school in the morning and transported home in the evening, and the limited human resource available to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, especially considering that we have a number of SOEs and ZOZOs in operation and many are curfews. So I do not know that the numbers would be sufficient to cover all the bases, but I suppose it's something that can be looked in. I do not know that a police need for transport students. What I think we need to do is to create a bus system specifically for students. And I think that is something that the government should have done prior to now. I think that is something that is needed. Zine, I think somebody asking something. Somebody else say. Mr. Desa direct and Miss Gallimore Brown to the description. Let me see. I'm gonna answer the comment, so I'm gonna know what was the interaction there. Zane, at Topic Entertainment, big up yourself. You understand? So I think it is something that should be looked into. It is an initiative that would have my support, full support, Zane, and thing. So, make we see how it go. Our students are being exposed to all manner of evil on these buses, and I now fight. No man from making them bread, but I'm saying that our children should be able to travel to and from school securely, removed from the lewdness and crudeness that is taking place on many of these public transport buses. The JUTC buses don't run go everywhere, and the JUTC buses can accommodate all the children that commute on a daily basis. Zine, so, you know what thing go. So the people them when normally watch the stream to find out if we have discussed them, Zine, who are a part of the establishment and the framework of governance in this country. Because you know and me know, so no watch the stream. Zine, probably this is something that ought to be looked into critically, and the possibility to roll out a bus system for school children, I do not think is rocket science, and I don't know that would be the hardest thing in the world to accomplish. Yeah? So I think we should probably take this as one of the lessons from this situation forward. You know, even on a bad day, God is good. You understand? So even though it was a bad situation, there was some amount of good that came out of it. But I really think I thought, yes, I saw the thing go. You understand? It's a long time person suggest this. But sometimes you have to keep on suggesting, you know, Miss Abel. Because sometimes people don't hear so well. You understand? Alright. Zana Clark want to make a contribution. Okay, but it's not going through. Okay, so Miss Clark wants to contribute to Super Chat. I am assuming that is not going through. Okay, that's why my people, them sharp, you know. The other ways to contribute to the channel are via Patreon. Patreon is a monthly thing. It's like it's a subscription thing. So if you say you're going to teach $1 per month, every month you contribute $1 or $1,000. I'm just saying, because some people got it. You understand? So Patreon is one option. PayPal is another option. Zane. I don't know. The Cash App thing now work. So Super Chat, Patreon, PayPal. Zane, the merch store. You can also go to the merch store to buy something, some form of merchandise, and you're supporting the channel the same way. Zane, suppose other ways, but you'd have to contact me directly and we'll talk about that. Lawless, I think I say you're going to change your name to Lawful, brother. He'll teach. That's a good idea. But background checks for the school bus drivers too. Just listening. Now say a word, brother. I figure you're probably there on the work. You know what I think? So Miss Clark, now, because you have to take care of business, you know, peeps. Because people want to give you some of their money. We are taking like. You understand me? I say. So the PayPal link, well, the Patreon link, all the links are in the description down below. But this is the Patreon link, so you'd have to go sign up on them something there. Some people tend to avoid this, I don't know why. Yeah, me like Patreon because it's a monthly thing. Yes, and it's like a local salary like. So that is the Patreon link, so you can follow the link. The PayPal link, Zane. Here, you can also follow this link. You understand? Boom. And then now, the merch store. So you can go in there go buy something and say teach them. Always make sure the message I reach them one cup. Zana is a lady so she can get a leggings or a tank top. I want bath suit, bikini settings like. I want tote bag or something. A whole heap of things in there. You know what I mean? So are them option there. So you can check out one of them. And in the meantime, for the people that want to know about the second channel, Jamaica, I have not been uploading there. The time is rough. You understand? But that is my second child, my baby that. You understand? We show the sexier side of Jamaica. The hips and the curves. You understand? Sexy part. So you can subscribe to that too. You understand? Lone positivity and showing the beauty of this country. Jamaica land we love. You know what I think? Big up to the persons who I look out and I tell the people them want to go on in the dance. Big up on yourself. We appreciate you like that. You understand? So we can move on now, peeps. Because night a come. So we could continue with that local timeline. Crime line. You understand? Yes, sir. Then now, after the police start assist, Transport Minister Robert Montague calls for calm among all industry stakeholders. I don't know how that really helps it, but alright. Zane, JUTC driver, turns himself over to the police in relation to Bobby Niles' killing. So the JUTC driver would have surrendered from Tuesday. Zane, I don't necessarily know if I did mention that Wednesday night, but that did happen. Then there was an emergency meeting held among stakeholders, including the police high command, the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, TDSS, what a long name, Zane, and the Jamaica Transport Owners and Operators, JUTC, and the Ministry of Transport officials. Zane, so it was a frank and candid meeting based on the information, and those present vented their concerns, Zane, and thing, and they vowed the JUTC on Tuesday that service would have been returned to some areas on a phase basis, but they are saying up to now, at this point, full service would have been resumed on all routes. So I am happy that good sense prevailed, and a lot of the chatting and yapping that was being circulated via some voice notes, those persons realized them for cut out the foolishness, and some form of order would have been restored to the transport center, to the transport system. Yeah, it was a very dark day in the country's history. It was a day when a few men held the country at ransom. It was a day when a few men, feeling that they were powerful, attacked the state, in my opinion. Many persons are probably afraid to say that and won't admit and accept that. The JUTC is a state entity. If you attack the JUTC, you're attacking the state. It's a simple math. Nothing hard than that for add up. You understand? But persons, especially those in the seats of power, will not publicly say that, because it will make them look weak, which in essence, them kind of weak. Very weak in some instances too. Yeah? And them something there. You understand? And you know the sad thing, peeps, because I had to address a few comments, a few persons who posted comments on the video. Seeing some people who say all JUTC driver for dead, and man kill them friends, some man got dead back and all man are crap. And we say, yo, if you kill one man, you feel like a man family or friend them is going to take it, so a man will kill you or kill your friends and family, and then you will kill back, and then them will kill back, and when will the killing stop? It don't make no sense, brother. And someone will love run come on social media, come beat up yourself. Remember, so the things that when you post on social media, from you post them, you could have delete them from now till 3030. They are still available, and it becomes a part of your social media footprint. You understand what I say? The jobs that we are seeking now, people are checking your social media history. When you go to the embassy, them will check your social media platforms. When you go into the United States, Customs and Border Protection agents are check your social media history activity. You understand what I say? Be careful. You understand? Someone will just love talk for talk's sake. Me see somebody forward more video. I not really watch the video still. With the headline said the Prime Minister is going after bloggers. Because the Prime Minister in them statement did say the police force should spare no resource in finding those persons who use social media to incite panic on Tuesday. I do not know that specifically means for the persons who are in Jamaica and are trying to contribute to Super Chat. Super Chat is not a thing really available in Jamaica yet. Hopefully one of them time. You understand what I say? And thing. You would have to do some geo-blocking or use a VPN, which is, oh crap, what that gone? Which is far too much hassle, if you ask me, for contribute. Zane? So, you'd have probably go use the other alternatives. Patreon. People, no go sign up over Patreon, man. You understand what I say? Anting. Zane? So, you know, the Prime Minister would have stated that the police forces should use whatever resources available to track down those persons who would have used social media to incite fear and panic on Tuesday. I do not necessarily know that meant vloggers. I think it is the persons who were circulating, who created and were circulating those voice notes. So when somebody will get up and say the Prime Minister target bloggers because of the JUTC incident, I think that is disingenuous. I think that is clickbait. I think that that is wrong, and I think that that is a misinformed position. I not tell a man for not do them video. Every man have them agenda when them do them video. My videos are about bringing across the facts as they are, as I know them to be, as have been proven by more creditable media entities than myself, Zane. And if we make some money in the process, we're thankful. Zane, I don't do the clickbait thing. My videos, my title and my thumbnail is what is in my videos. You choose to watch it. When people click on my video, some people say my voice a 9, some people say me can't read, so they move off, which is fine. It's not a problem. You understand? The reality is that far more people watch than not. You see me? So, that's the thing there. The man them need to understand, say, as social media practitioners, we have a responsibility to be honest, to be factual, to be fair, to be objective, and above all, to be honest with not only ourselves but with our viewers. You understand what I say? It is not just about the money family. We have a responsibility. Many persons look at us as role models. You understand what I say? Many persons have amazing levels of respect for us. Many persons believe in what we say. So when we say it, let it be the truth. Zane, invariably, we are human, so we will make mistakes. When you make a mistake, take effort or make an effort to correct it, apologize if you must, and move on. You understand? The biggest media entities in the world make mistakes. Zane, so how hard it is for somebody like me or you to make a mistake? When we make mistake, and somehow we deliberately know so the thing wrong, we deliberately put it out because we know Jamaicans stay. Anything that is sensationalized, we gravitate towards it. Zane, I'm bridging in the thing where normally when them put up video, them put up allegedly at the end. Me not appreciate, I not respect that. Zane, you put it up because you know it to be the facts. So don't put up something and say it's alleged. Don't do that. You understand what I say? Them things that kind of hurt my family because at the end of the day, when people are going to broad brush a thing, then I will get broad brushed as well because me are one of the person who in the space. So nobody now go really single me out unless a people like Uno when no say we try to keep a thing. You understand? And when I know the level of work and time I put in my videos, even the JUTC video. Zane, I came home. I was monitoring the thing all day. I came home. I got the resources together. I scoured all media entities to get a standard information about the thing. I sat down. I did the video. It took me about 4 hours. I'm saying I rush it. And the video is probably the #1 trending video in Jamaica at this moment. Probably number 2, 3 or 4. One of them. You understand? That video got 100,000 views in a single day. 24 hours. And that is about doing the thing right. It's about taking your time and not rushing to be the first person. Because the reality, all my things set now, and this is not being arrogant, it's just the facts. 30 man will do the video, Zane, in the first hour or 2, and I take a day to do the video, and my video bigger than them and the video same. And that's how the thing set. You understand? Because you would have built a brand and built a reputation. And even if a man watch it over there, so them still want you to teach them have to say about it. Or the information we teach them have. Because we try to be thorough. You understand? And we try to be fair to everybody involved. We not take side when we report a story. You understand? When I discuss a story now, I might have a particular viewpoint or opinion on it and I'll state that in the stream. But normally in the past, when we just start out, we are do videos, topics, we are tell you how we feel. We just give you the information now, brother. As we know it to be, the facts. So me I take time out for telling man them. So you are going. We need to be true to our viewers. Seeing, and some of the viewers them, really and truly, anything them get, them just take it as gospel. Me no want my viewers to take everything what me say as gospel. Go find out for yourself and prove, say, analyze teacher tell. Me no issue with that. Seeing, I don't try, just like at my place of work, I never charge my students. That is my thing. I always say that, even though I don't want to continue being a teacher, as long as I am a teacher, I will give off myself 100% professionally. You understand? And try to make each child that I am responsible for a better citizen of this country, a productive citizen when me finish with them. So when me do a video, I want that video to have value and the information in it to be accurate. One of the worst feelings I get is when I do a video and there's an error in that video. Like me cross. You understand? If you know, sometimes you have to delete the video. It's hard to work on a video for 5 hours and have to delete it. And many times the fault is not yours. It's just that the information, the body of information that was present originally was not correct. And that happens. You understand what I say? And you have to delete that video. Then me hate that. Zine? So for me, yes, I have made this into a business, in all honesty. Zine, I treat it like my second job because that is what it is to me. It is my second job. So for me, I work 2 jobs. I work as a teacher and I don't see myself as a vlogger and a blogger. I am a YouTuber. Up my thing. I'm not in a vlogger category and a blogger category. I am a YouTuber family. Bigger than that something. You understand? You have to know your worth and know your worth. If you understand what I say. My worth is not vlogger and not blogger worth. I am a YouTuber, content creator. You feel what I say? So that's my thing there. You understand? So if I treat this like a second job, I treat my job with utmost professionalism. Zine. And thing, as I normally say, people will say a lot of things about Mr. Williams as a teacher, but you cannot say I am not a professional. You cannot say I don't do my job. Because I don't like people talk to me, you know. So the moment you go talk to me, I go do what I'm supposed to do so you don't talk to me. Because I don't like people talk to me. I don't like people in my ears. Unless I'm a lady like. You understand what I say? You know what I think. But enough of the Anansi story. I could move on. No peeps. This gentleman on screen is a JUTC driver/mechanic that was killed allegedly in reprisal for the death of Bobby Nile. This man was in a grieving process, grieving the loss of his dad. He was actually in preparation mode to bury his father, who would have died not so long ago. So this is Mikhail again and his father. His father would have served the Jamaica Constabulary Force for an extended period of time. I think I need to do an individual video for this. I wanted to, but I just tired piece. You understand? I'm not cry tired. I just do what I have to do and rest when me get for rest. But when I tell us I'm tired these days, I'm really and truly tired. Yesterday I sat in a senior teachers meeting from 2:30 to 5:45. Then we had staff meeting again today. If I know one thing I next. So like I'm really tired sometimes. Kev, I don't know why. Probably a need for come out of the stream and go and open back the app. So probably close whatever you're watching it, if it's your computer, your phone, and open back the stream. Probably that might help. Slain JUTC employee was preparing to bury his dad. 36 hours after transport operators were brutally killed in separate incidents on roadways in the corporate area. Scores of Jamaicans continue to grapple with the tragedies. The pain and anguish that have been associated with the tragic developments have particularly struck the Donaldson family in Portmore, St. Catherine. This is after one of their own, Michael Donaldson, otherwise called Biggs, a 34-year-old Jamaica Urban Transit Company driver/mechanic, was shot dead by a gunman in New Kingston. The death was the second to take place in the family within the past 2 weeks. Police sources said it was just earlier this month that Mikel's father, who was a district constable, was at home fixing his roof when he fell and was seriously injured. He was rushed to a hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. Yeah? The death of the senior Donaldson left a number of persons, including senior members of the JCF, in mourning. Left to grapple with that tragic loss, Mikel was said to have taken on responsibility to assist with the preparations to lay his father to rest. In fact, just last Saturday, a vigil was held in memory of his dad, a senior officer from the Alfred Police Station said. And with his family preparing to bid a final farewell to the senior Donaldson in a matter of days, little did they know that things would get worse, as life was about to throw another devastating blow in their direction. How sad. The youth just about to bury his father, and to see him go to work, just get a call to tend to a bus that broke down on the side of the road, and men just drove up and shot him 12 times. He never deserved that, a distraught police officer who knew Mikel's father said. Authorities seeking to find answers say they have since learned that the killing of the 34-year-old JUTC employee was believed to have been a reprisal act, or an act of reprisal. Zane, I don't know the rest of the story. We don't need to go back in on that. Can you imagine how distraught the Donaldson family is at this time? They would have lost the senior Donaldson not so long ago in unfortunate circumstances. He was home fixing his roof. He fell, sustained injuries. He later died. His son was in the process of laying him to rest, and his life was taken allegedly in reprisal for something that he was not near, he was not involved in, and probably even at the time leading up to his death, he did not know of. That is the country that we live in. And if the allegations are true that this is a reprisal, and then you have them bird brain, donkey face, man pan voice note at all, more man are got dead, after them kill the innocent youth who a try to feed him family, when I know nothing about no altercation, I never involved in an altercation, and them kill the youth, and have the gall and the nerve to be creating voice note and circulating voice note, basically saying that anybody who is aligned to the JUTC was marked for death. That is the country that we live in. How do you now tell Donaldson's family members that I saw life go and condolences and to make it rest? How do you tell that family? If I was Donaldson's brother or cousin or uncle, how could you look at me and tell me that? No one said this man, innocent man, going about his job, was set upon by marauding criminals in this country, based on allegations, taking his life in reprisal for our next man who really and truly, based on allegations, go give away him life. This is a sad, sad country that we live in, brother. Can you imagine that? The man probably not even hear say one next driver involved in a fatal incident with a taxi driver. And the man trying to earn his honest bread is cut down by people who claim that they might kill some people because one man killed them friend. And that them did want to kill more people too. I am sure this gentleman has children. Who now will be the father figure in these children's life? In these children's life. Who now will ensure that guidance is given to these children to become productive citizens of this country as these two men, Michael and his father, were. Both of them were productive members of society. Young youth, 34-year-old, are trying to make life for himself and his family. And some man who decides say, what are this man colleague, him probably not even know the man. Him probably not even ever see him yet. The next man. Or him probably have. But this man would have lost his life based on allegations over something else where next man do where him no know nothing about or involved in it. Just let that soak in for a moment. Appeal Court grants Bernard hearing. Former permanent secretary reassignment challenge to be heard next week. So the gentleman on the screen along with Uncle Ruel Reid is Deanroy Bernard. He was the former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education until he was reassigned to the Ministry of Finance as Director General by one Ruel Reid. You figure out why. He would have filed a motion in the courts to block the appointment of this lady, Dr. Grace McLean, who is now, she was former Chief Education Officer, but was then drafted by Ruel Reid to act as permanent secretary. She's still acting as permanent secretary in the ministry. So that is Dr. Grace McLean. Deanroy Bernard, who was sent to the Ministry of Finance, and based on my investigation, you see, my understanding is that the post of Director General in the Ministry of Finance has been so created to place persons who would have been excess baggage in their ministries and people wanted them out, so them place them over finance as Director General of Finance. I don't know what the job description is, but me I say based on my research. You understand? Based on my info. So now, Deanroy Bernard filed a motion blocking or trying to block the permanent appointment of Dr. Grace McLean as permanent secretary. So the Court of Appeal recently threw out the government's attempt to deny former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dinoir Bernard, a chance at a judicial review of his reassignment as Director General to the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. So them take up the man and send him over Finance and Public Service. The permanent secretary in the ministry, you know. I want to understand, you know. A permanent secretary in any ministry is amazingly powerful. It is not a boy post. It is a post that have significance, and I suppose it's a post that comes with significant benefits, monetary and otherwise as well. Yeah. Bernard said that his case would be heard next Tuesday in the Constitutional Court following his court action that his reassignment was unconstitutional. Director General is not a position on the establishment of the Finance Ministry. Please remember me telling you, say the Director General position was created. Zane, I want to pay a look of attention. Let me take off my glasses. Zane, I want to listen. If you have heard the Opposition People's National Party created any noise about this particular situation. They have been grilling people left, right, and center at the Public Appropriations Committee hearings. Zane, have you ever heard anybody on the committee spoken about this particular situation and the Director General for the Finance Ministry? Because they know about it. It is something that they would have used in the past when they were in government. That is why them so quiet about a specific issue here. Take it from me. Put on back my glass. You understand? I don't take me to go pass. I'm a madman. Watch me now. No, I am not back as permanent secretary, but it is an important step in the process, Bernard said. This paves the way for the hearing to go ahead on October the 1st. This after the government failed an appeal to block the hearing in the Supreme Court. Why would the government try to block this appeal? If this man feels that he was unjustly treated and unjustly reassigned by former Minister of Education, Ruel Reid, Zane, why is the government trying to deny this man the opportunity to have his case heard? Are we now to believe that the government is actively trying to hide something? More time I ask some question, I know now answer, you know, but you know what I think. The government try to block the man getting his chance to state his discontent with his reassignment as Director General of the Finance Ministry, where the position there is not on the books, but them create it for dump some people. And both parties use it when they're in a government. I know not new. I know not secret. It might be secret to Uno, but it's not secret to me. Because I was so intrigued when I first came across this story. We make a few links, ask a few questions, and we get a few answers. Both parties know about it. Two parties, but at the same sad song them a play. You know what I mean? Bernard sued the Public Service Commission and the Attorney General. And on August the 9th, Justice Anne-Marie Sinclair Haynes ruled that the government's stay of execution was refused. Well done, Judge. Zane, so I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, she ruled that Bernard's request for a hearing has been granted. Big up yourself, Judge. Big up yourself, Empress. In July, Bernard was served as a permanent... Well, in July, Bernard, who served as permanent secretary, Zane, who served as permanent secretary in the ministry during the tenure of Ruel Reid asked the court to block the appointment of Dr. Grace McLean to his former post, stating that his reassignment was unconstitutional. He was transferred from the ministry in February of 2019, and McLean, who was the chief education officer, was promoted to the post. She was later regulated to acting following the court action. Bernard was shipped out of the education ministry roughly a month before Reid was booted from the cabinet amid a criminal investigation. Why? I suppose I can see the level of discontentment between both parties. No picture that I have seen them in, Bernard looks happy. And I am wondering if Mr. Bernard, you see, was unraveling some of the irregularities, improprieties, cronyism, corruption, criminality that Mr. Ruel Reid was allegedly overseeing at the ministry. And as such, being a very powerful person in the ministry, the permanent secretary, he was starting to leak out against whatever Ruel was up to. And as such, Ruel move him out. And now the government is trying to block this man his constitutional right of hearing his case in front of the courts. Why the government try to do that? Are we trying to hide something? I mean, the government would have sanctioned the shredding of many pieces of documents after Ruel Reid's public fall from grace and him face. What a waste. Leaving a bad taste in Jamaica's taxpayers' face. You know, leave taste in them face, in them mouth like. But you don't know what I say. I'm bad with the whole attack in me. Yes. You answer? And I want to take this opportunity to publicly say to Mr. Bernard, I respect you, sir. I respect you for standing up for what you believe in, for standing against the establishment, and for showing some people, say, all of the power, as much as them have, don't rest in their hands only. I respect a man who is willing to stand up for what he believes in. Martin Luther King once said, and if you don't realize by now, Martin Luther King is my favorite non-Jamaican person of all times. Martin Luther King said, if a man has not discovered something that he would die for, he is not fit to live. We need to stand up for the things that we believe in and fight them tooth and nail. Sometimes the fight are a losing cause, but you would have fought. Nobody can take that from you. You understand what I say? Yes, I should reach out to Mr. Bernard. Right, you know, Mr. Bernard should then reach out to me, so then big woman thing. You understand? I'm just saying. But you never know. I could see how the case go, Zane, and thing. But that's a very good suggestion, brother. So I will probably see what can go. I'm probably going to link him down a finance, down a director general office there. Yo, Ruel ship out the man. Speaking about Ruel, the cruel, Scruel, the lame preacher, the demon, deacon. You understand? Yeah, man, we probably can't do that for real still in a real life. I suppose you would be very willing to talk. And I would be very willing to ask some question when nobody don't want to ask it. You understand? You know, want to answer something, I go and look into it. Watch I know. The second major topic on Wednesday night call-in was that, in my opinion, Ruel Reid is the most powerful man in Jamaica. And I would have put my case forward as to why I say that. Because it begs the question as to whether or not the Prime Minister is as powerful as I think he is. Or is Ruel Reid more powerful, even in his time of trepidation, more powerful than the Prime Minister of this country? Jamaica land we love. Jamaica land of beauty. Ruel Reid was quote unquote fired by the Prime Minister on March 20th of this year. From the cabinet, from the government, from the Ministry of Education. Fired, severed, cut. From a common sense perspective, well-thinking Jamaicans, like I like to consider myself as, would assume that seeing that the Prime Minister would have severed all ties with one Ruel Reid, from the ministry, from the cabinet, from everything, that would also encompass Ruel Reid in his capacity as caretaker and chairman for the Centre and Northwest constituency representing the Jamaica Labour Party. How wrong I was. As it became clear, abundantly so, over a period of time, that Ruel Reid was not only still the caretaker representing the Jamaica Labour Party in the constituency, but he was also campaigning actively in said constituency. Despite the fact that many a times the chairman or the general secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party and Minister of National Security, Zane, I'm almost sure I have that fellow picture. And Minister of National Security, Horace Chang, stated that Ruel Reid was no longer representing the Jamaica Labour Party in Northwest Centre. Ruel Reid said, "Is lie them lie." And during an interview with Cliff Hughes, he said that he was still the caretaker for the constituency. What secrets does Ruel Reid hold for the government, of the government, with the government, over the government? Can you imagine the Prime Minister saying fire the man for everything related to the government? And the man can come up to last week, Monday, come say him still is a standard bearer for the government who claims say them fire him from every post where him hold for the party and the government, and the man say, yo, nothing no go so. JLP has Ruel Reid's resignation letter as caretaker, says Chang. So the claim made on Monday by the sacked former Minister of Education, how him there? Yes, him there. Zane, Ruel Reid, that he is still the Jamaica Labour Party's caretaker and candidate for the Northwest Centre constituency, despite being under criminal investigation, has seemingly been shut down by the party. But a million times before this, them shoot it down. And what kind of gun them a fire, so what gonna shot them a fire? Blanks. The JLP in a statement late on Monday said Reid resigned as the chairman and caretaker for the constituency on September 15. And herein lies the problem. Peeps, them come attack so the man resign on the 15th. Like say, that mean much. If he resigned on the 15th of September, it means that the man was still actively representing the government from March the 20th when he was fired by the Prime Minister. If you don't see how that make the Prime Minister look weak, then you not seen very well. If you don't see how that make the Jamaica Labour Party look like a party shop, you love party too much. Hey? If I never did see it for myself, I would have never believe it. It's a good thing me not blind. Yeah. The man resigned officially the 15th of September when the party has been saying vehemently, vociferously, definitively that the man is not the caretaker candidate for the constituency. Grace Abel said, I'm fully awake for this. Leron Welch laugh, say, but me say, if them not say the JLP is a party shop, them love party too much family. Reid, who was fired by the Prime Minister Andrew Holness on March 20 as a corruption scandal threatened to erupt at the Ministry of Education and at least one of its affiliated agencies, the Caribbean Maritime University, is presently a subject of criminal investigation. In a radio interview on Monday, the lame preacher and former senator and former dictator claimed that he is still representing the governing party in the constituency. Me not think people understand the true meaning of Ruel Reid saying that. Me not think people get it. Me not think people understand how it make the Prime Minister and Horace Chang look like when you lick fowl with kitchen cloth and then lean up. But I saw them said that at me. Yeah, we not lick no fowl with no kitchen cloth. But me not understand if people say the Prime Minister may not be as powerful as one would think. Me not understand if people realize the Prime Minister, forget about the Prime Ministership, you know. Andrew Holness may not wield as much power in the Jamaica Labour Party as you would think. Or, put on my glass for that one. I need for 3 minutes. I need to get back my hands some back. You understand? Right now, I look like one different youth. But what me I say? Or, is the Prime Minister biding his time, hoping that the storm will pass and Ruel Reid will be gradually reintroduced to the people of Jamaica? Yo, sometimes it's smart, you know. Never waste some other partner money, star. Make you say, even though we start school late, when we are 5, we're still alive. Our brain still a click and a kick. You understand? Because me want to pay attention with Dr. Andrew Wheatley. He is being neatly and silently being reintegrated in the party's affairs and the governance of this country. He's been placed on this committee and that board and that committee to oversee that. And by the time you know it, he will then become a next cabinet minister. Who don't waste no matter partner money when they send you to go to school and farm full. You understand? Yo. Time jump, but time no fool. You never see teacher off a no bar stool. I don't trust people. Me say you can't trust people. Me buy my car cash. Cause me not even a trust vehicle. Yo, me I get the info for you, Kev. Me don't know about no board yet still, but committees. Then from committees, he will graduate to boards. You understand? And by the time you know it, you really want to show it. No, me I have too much fun now. I'm tired. Me I go sleep. Watch it now. So in the radio interview, Ruel Reid said him still representing the governing party in the constituency. Bad man a bad man. Yeah, you man a bad man. You can't tell me nothing. You understand? Right now, some people afraid of Ruel Reid, if you ask me, in our party, because this is serious. Must nail him on a board. Watch ya. Yes, Reid responded. Very bold, you know, because I listen to the clip, you know. Yes. When asked if he's still the JLP caretaker for the constituency. This is what the man say, you know. May I make sure I read out of my own eye. Me not look through nothing. That is also a matter that we are looking to resolve. What do you mean? After the Prime Minister fired this man for everything, what I mean this is a matter that we're looking to resolve in September after he was fired in March? Eh? When pressed about whether he is really still representing the party in the constituency, Reid said yes. On paper, officially so. And I am in discussion with the leadership of the party. So I wonder if that discussion there did kind of further take place in that secret meeting there, where keep uptown at a secret place there, where some people did there. Yo, you know when people do me things in a car, BF. Why? My scrotum. Ah boy, yeah, the meeting keep Monday. At that place there. I don't have to call the place name. I don't know what I mean no. And I don't know who did it. From Pernell Charles Orestang to Montague to a few. Yes, and including one Ruel Reid. I don't have to tell you no where. Yes, and I don't know where. Why? You if you understand, say, teach them viewers them there everywhere. And them don't really care. You understand who the guy? You see him? Alright, make a move on. The man say yes, on paper officially, him still a represent the party. Sean W, you know we not miss. Yo. You understand? As we see you, we have to heal you. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? We always appreciate when you check it. You understand? We know we not reason as much as one at a time, but life rough. But you know, always there assist. Love is always there. All when you disappear for your full year. Peeps. The man say, yes. Yes, sir. When pressed even further, Reid remind the host that they had a discussion in which he, Reid, had advised that he had not officially tendered his resignation to the JLP as constituency representative. He said he has had discussions with the party leadership in recent times, as recent as Monday. and we have an agreement as to the way forward. And we have an agreement as to the way forward. I'm going to read that again. And we have an agreement as to the way forward. And I believe that the leadership will communicate that shortly. According to the statement, the party is in possession of Reid's letter of resignation. See it the back of me, I know my head kind of big, but if you look good, you can see it. As such, well, the letter was dated the 15th of September 2019. So up to last week, the man was still the caretaker candidate for Central Northwestern. And the government say they are bullish about fighting corruption. Hello, Miss Lisa Lindsay, how are you? The government say they are not tolerant to public servants who are involved, are allegedly involved in corruption. The statement said the former minister tendered the resignation via email and followed up with a hard copy. As such, Chang said Reid is not representing the JLP in any capacity in Northwest Centre. Or could this be a power move by Ruel Reid? For say, look here, man, I'm not doing it because remember say me no say this, that, and whatnot. But despite Chang now stating that Reid had formally resigned, there are still questions about why it took so long, all of 6 months, for him to do so. Especially since the party's top brass, including Chang, has for months been stating that Reid had either resigned or was about to resign and was not doing any work in the constituency on behalf of the JLP. Now, how do you even begin to trust politicians? For the people them would do, I don't know how you do, but for uno, how you trust politicians? When this man has been saying for donkey months now, say Ruel Reid is no longer representing the JLP, he is not the caretaker, he is not the chairman, and he's not campaigning on a Centre Northwestern. This was a press release and not Ruel Reid resignation letter. I would like to read Ruel Reid resignation letter. So if anybody have it there, let me get a copy there. But I don't love to hear what I say. You understand? Peeps. There was a program I used to watch when I was a boy. Named Can You Believe It? That story I need to go upon it. Can you believe, say, Ruel Reid is more powerful than Jonas? Can you believe it? Can you believe Horace Strang can be so lie? Can you believe it? Can you believe that the Jamaica Labour Party is such a party shop? Can you believe it? Man, no go here, man. And then no one come play. Like say, uno, righteous, and above reproach, and above critique and criticism, and above getting to conk from journalists and media practitioners when you no do crap. Eh? when I was doing literature at CXC, and fun story, I was the only male in my literature class. I guess no female did this, so I did like around there. You understand? In a world of prose, no, a world of poetry, there was a poem. Zane, a very sad poem with a title. This is a dark time, my love. That is the title for Jamaica right now. This is a dark time, my friends. As a matter of fact, in that poem, the child died in church from bombs. And in this time in Jamaica, we are being taken for fools by men who profess to be men of the cloth. Them are man of the cloth. K-L-A-A-A-T. Joel, it's gone too deep. This is a dark time, my friends. When you go read that poem there. Beautiful. Well, beautifully written, but it's a very sad poem. You understand? But you have to understand, to infer, and to critically analyze, Zane, to understand the message in the poem. A long time we do that something from school days. You understand? What if a girl did this still? I mean, they like it. Anyway, girl, and they like, you know what I think of. You understand? And I had my favorite teacher of all time, Miss Henry Tracy. She's now the principal of Brimmerville High, formerly Portmore High School. Wonderful teacher. She taught me English A and English B. Amazing teacher. I don't know if I take as much as the English from her. You understand? But the literature part, I did love it. You understand? And thing. You see? This is the dark time, my love. Ah, boy. Sigh. Miss Nicole Maddox, a man of the dirty cloth. So, peeps, I would have spoken to you on Sunday about a demonstration that was scheduled for New York at 1st and E45 Street in New York in front of the UN building. The demonstration would have taken place. I would have gotten a few video clips from one of my wonderful subscriber, Zane, and thing. I never get around for doing no work with it because, as I said, the week was, you understand me I say? Zane, I just get a notification said somebody just thumbs down the stream. Oh no, could then thump it down. You understand me I say? Just know someone can't teach them for clown. You understand me I say? Yeah, man. Watch me now, peeps. So the demonstration would have taken place. The numbers were not great based on what I would have seen. But it was an effort nonetheless. And every person who voiced their concern, voiced their opposition against mining in the Cockpit Country is appreciated. I am sure persons down in Trelawney like Mr. Dixon and the rest of the people them are most appreciative. Jamaicans protest against Cockpit Country mining outside UN building. So dozens of Jamaicans staged a demonstration outside the United Nations in New York on Monday to protest against bauxite mining in the Cockpit Country. The placard-bearing protesters gathered in small clusters at 1st Avenue near 47th Street, and the effort was led by the Council of Overseas Maroons. Big up on yourself, Council of Overseas Maroons. You understand? The demonstration later moved to the Jamaican consulate on 3rd Avenue. A similar protest was held by the group. This protest was... One was on Monday, Zane, and one was yesterday, I think. I think so, yeah. Zin? One was today. So one was Monday and one was today. See me all, boy, I don't know. Today's protest came as Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed the United Nations on climate change. So the Prime Minister is there talking about climate change when he wants to destroy one of the most ecologically sensitive regions in the country that influences our water supply, influences our oxygen supply, influences the reduction of carbon dioxide in our environment and atmosphere, because forests act as carbon sinks. I mean, CO2 or carbon dioxide is a naturally occurring gas in the atmosphere. But what has happened since the Industrial Revolution is that man has created more carbon dioxide, and the planet's ability to regulate the carbon dioxide balance is being challenged, and as such, CO2 becomes more dominant. So what it does now is that after the sun's energy reaches the Earth's surface through radiation, the Earth absorbs and the water body absorbs some of that heat. What happens now is that over time, that heat is slowly released. In the past, there's a situation that we call, or process that we call the greenhouse effect. It traps some of the heat in the atmosphere and some is released into outer space. So it is regulating surface temperature. So in trapping some of the heat, it keeps surface temperature warm enough so that water does not freeze. So it is hospitable on the Earth's surface. But with an excess buildup of carbon dioxide now, the amount of energy of heat that used to escape into outer space has been reduced dramatically. So it is being trapped in the atmosphere, causing surface temperature to rise, giving life to what we call global warming. Now, global warming is also inextricably linked to climate change. And in global warming now, the ice caps and glaciers around the world are melting at unprecedented rates. All of that water is now entering our oceans. So sea levels are rising. So countries that have low-lying coastal areas will start to see those coastal areas disappearing as sea level rise. And the sea level rise occurs in two ways. It is a physical rise where water just simply rises because these glaciers and ice caps are melting. And there's a thing now, the heat that is being generated causes the water molecules to expand. As the water molecules expand, you need a larger physical space to accommodate the water, because the molecules are expanding. We call that thermal expansion. So as the molecules expand, sea level will also rise. So sea level is rising because meltwater is entering the oceans, and it is also rising because of what we call thermal expansion. Water molecules are heated, so they expand. Anything that you add heat to tend to expand. So as they expand, the ocean needs more space to accommodate the water. There is no space, so the sea level will rise. As sea level rise, coral reefs will be destroyed, because corals need to be at a particular depth to get enough sunlight, you understand, for photosynthesis to occur, so fishes can have a breeding and feeding ground, so fish stocks will totally be wiped out eventually. Coral bleaching is a massive thing around the world. You understand what I say? As sea level rise, coastal areas are being inundated, so countries that depend on tourism, especially for the sun, sea and sunlight, Jamaica will start to lose its beaches. In many countries, limestone rocks are the dominant rocks, or any other rocks that are permeable. Seawater will start to infiltrate and go underground, mixing with fresh water, so the fresh water becomes saline or brackish. So drinking water will start to become limited in the future. As temperature rises around the planet again, our oceans now become a breeding ground for not only more frequent hurricanes, but more intense hurricanes. Did you hear that Hurricane Dorian was every year after one hurricane a year said this hurricane would have broken records that would have existed for 100 years? Yeah? In 2004 or 2005, the alphabet that we know to have 26 letter was exhausted and they had to move into the Greek alphabet. That is how many name system we had. You understand what I say? We have seen where 3-4 hurricanes have occurred at the same time in the Atlantic basin. So these are the things that are happening. And sea level rise, you have countries like Tuvalu in Micronesia, you have Mauritius and the Maldives, where islands are simply disappearing off the face of the earth. So this thing is not a make-believe thing. This is not a Hollywood thing. This is a real thing. And the Prime Minister is there talking about we are going to fight climate change. And on the next side, he is giving people the authority to go mine out one of the most ecologically sensitive area in the country. So when you remove the vegetation cover from the area of the Cockpit Country that you want to mine, the ability for the forest to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is limited. So it means that we not really fight climate change because we are influencing an exaggerated greenhouse effect, which will ultimately contribute to global warming, which will ultimately influence climate change. Long story, I can't bother with the geo class right now. I do that 5 days a week. But me I say right now, Mr. Wholeness, you talk about a two side of your mouth and the both side a crapper come out family. You understand what I say? No. Respect Tropical Tower. You know that we do for a living. So we're not too bad with it. You understand? So you know, today's protest came as Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed the United Nations on climate change. Community and environmental groups and players in the bauxite sector have been at odds over mining near the boundary of the Cockpit Country. See? We are an organic, spiritually led gathering, and we are here to bring attention to our concerns about bauxite mining in the Cockpit Country, Sophia Walsh, a Jamaican from St. Catherine, said. Mining there will adversely affect the water supply, the environment, the flora and the fauna, and the cultural heritage of the Maroons, and any such plans must be scrapped immediately. The Jamaican contingent was one of several international groups protesting various issues outside the United Nations amid heavy police and Secret Service presence. Well done to the people them who took the opportunity, because we know America is work. I know some people probably take time off from work and thing. Big up on yourself. You understand what I say? Every voice is a needed voice. And them thing there. You feel me? Josh, big up yourself in a family. You know what thing, you know. You understand? That has been a part of the life's work as being a teacher. You understand? But you know what thing go. Sir Stanley Thompson want go on big bro. Everything good, sir. Big up yourself, you know. You know what thing go. Zin Peeps, and I want to talk about the Brianna Williams situation. She would have been reprimanded by the Jamaica Disciplinary Committee, Anti-Doping Disciplinary Committee. She was warned, so there was no sanction against her, but she will not be participating at the World Championship that is now underway in Doha, as they would have opted to use Janelle Smith instead. And Brianna is saying that she's very happy. I am most happy that she would have been exonerated, and I sincerely hope that the naivety will end here. I sincerely hope that they will be very, very, very careful, and I trust that her development will continue and she will represent this country to the best of her ability in the future. And you know it go. You understand what I say? Yeah man, so peeps, we call it a wrap. Night come. You understand? I need to get some rest. Zane. And them something. But peace, big up on yourself. You understand? I really and truly appreciate the support. The call-in stream is, as the young people these days say, it was lit. You understand what I say? So for the people there, I know sometimes in the comment section you talk, but you can't really get to voice your full feelings. Wednesday night, 7:30. Make sure your phone charge up. WhatsApp call, straight call, everything plug in, everything lock in. You understand? I even acquire some more equipment where I don't have to bother use a big old headphone. Because my head big already. And when I have this headphone, my head look bigger. me can't bother with that. So right now, a wireless more want me thing go during the stream them. So them something there in transit and things. So you know, incrementally we add some things. Seeing? And them something there. Want to Skype. Most people now use the Skype thing right now. So the Skype thing I want me to bring in guests in the stream. Zane and the one them on screen. So that after that. But if you want to call in on Skype, same way, just tell me, I'm going to give you the username and thing. So you know what I think? Peace, big up on yourself. I don't want to tired. I know some people want to take on the street because the road have to take on. You understand? But be careful. When you take on the road, be wise. If you must drink, don't drive. If you must drive, do not drink. You understand what I say? Get a designated driver. Or drink water. Or not drink nothing. You understand what I say? Because water junk some people. You know what I think? You see me? When you go up on the road, lower the headphone them. Stop separate yourself from the environment. Lower the Bluetooth headpiece them. Them have to connect to something. Keep your phones in your pockets and in your bags. Use them only when you need them. Lower the whole heap of jewelry, brother. Yes, I yours. You work hard for it, but people will take it and take your life in the process. Walk with only the cash what you need. You understand? Top tell people your business too. That's the next thing I need to add to that something here. If you must take public transportation, try to travel in our group. If you cannot travel in our group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number. Send it go give somebody. Tell people you're there. Tell people where you are. Go. Describe the car. Describe the driver. You know what I think? Always follow your instinct. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Trust absolutely no one. For the people them where every move them make them put in a them status and put it on social media top. I don't answer nothing more. For the people them who live them relationship and them personal life and them social media status and on them social media page, stop. Put some respect on your thing, man, and some value, man. You understand what I say? And top tell everybody who no business. Because sometimes you don't know who is who. Big up on yourself. Peeps, manners and respect to everyone, you know. I know some people go and sleep. I know some people go on the road. We know what thing go. But big up to the people that want to check in and clock in and lock in tonight. And me as Miss Bernadette George, boy, you don't miss nothing. Big up yourself. We appreciate the work that you're doing, mommy. You understand? And all the other moderators. I need to add some other moderators, but I don't get around to it yet. You understand what I say? Zane, so don't worry about it. Cindy, Basie, Blessings Empress, Natural Reese, Miss Joan Gray, Zane, Grace Abel, Dante Dan, Finar, DS Electronics Unlimited, Juicy J, Miss Nicole Maddox, Mike Lewis, Mr. Stanley Thompson, Sir Thompson, big up yourself, you know. You know what I think? Miss June Reid, Lady Clark, Terrian Simpson. Me a search with some name peeps. Josh, Zane LCNX. Me call that right. Me don't know. Tropical Tower, big up yourself in a family. You understand? Me I try to find the comments them, but it is a struggle. You understand? Miss Lisa Lindsay. Me know Sean W. I watch. Me know the Royal General supposed to debut. You understand me? I say Julian Gillis, big up yourself in the brother, you know. Daniel Scarlett, manners and respect in the family. Father Lance Crooks, you know what thing, you know. Kemar Scott. You understand? DeAndre Small, my brother, when you deal with you, Warrior Star. You understand? Yeah, man, big up on yourself, you know. You understand? I want to make that something impossible. I still look for a few more names. Zane, because we have to show you love, you know. And you know, we're not too call all I name them one time. Upside of vinegar, big up yourself in the family. You know what thing go? Yeah, the ball game. Manners and respect, you know. I know my site Amazon Media TV one of them time. Big up yourself, you know. Leron Walsh, manners and respect, you know. Zane, who else the about in the settings? Miss Jennifer Chance. Zane, Miss Pearly Simpson, Empress D. Ruben. You understand, peeps? Big up on yourself. If you know your name, I call me now, see it. You know, Father Jonah Lewis. Jamman Express, Chucking Limited. You understand what I say? Jaddy, what you do with you? Flyboy 1. Manners and respect in the family. Peeps. Sunday. 7:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. You understand? Enjoy your weekend. Have something nice to drink. You know what thing go. But as I say, if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. Graham Thompson. Blessings in my brother. You understand what I say? One love, you know. You know what I mean? Peeps. Walk good. Step with Jah. Sunday. I'm out.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.